refereeing an international game and the spectators got, or one of the spectators got a little bit overexcited.
I can tell you half a dozen different stories about that. The one in Italy was Treviso against a French team, and the French team were beating them up badly. They were losing by 10, 15 points, and I think the spectators got agitated every time there was a call against the home team. It got to a point in the game where there was, the home team was losing the game. The game was moving away from them. And I think the frustration of the die-hard fans was a bit to bear. And I had a reputation for being a bit of a bastard. A strong man. I didn't bend. And I had a way of doing things that was absolutely 50-50, honest. And this somebody threw a plastic Coke bottle on the court to stop the game. Well, it did definitely stop the game. And my first reaction was I was pissed off. Shit. Now I've got to do something about it. Because it would have been easy to pick it up and throw it back in the stand. And I said, bollocks, I'm not having this. So I went to the table and said to the commentator, I said, I want to know who's thrown the bottle on the court, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If I don't get that person taken out, I'm stopping the game, I'm clearing the stands, and we'll finish the game without the spectators. And he looks at me like, you can't do that. I said, I've just told you to do it. So I didn't speak Italian, but I knew Spanish. So he made the announcement, and it was such a bloody hoo-ha from the stands. Loco, crazy, fucking bandito, every insult under the sun. And then I looked at the clock, because he couldn't wear anything. And I said to him, you've got a minute. The game had stopped. I put the benches back on so you got a minute. And the guy said, please, the referee has given us a 1 minute ultimatum. And suddenly this guy was on the hands of the spectators. This guy came down, and then 2 policemen took him out. And I started the game from the point where we stopped it, and we finished the game. I got absolutely slated in the press. How can this bloody Englishman stop the game because of a plastic bottle and something and blah blah blah, He's crazy. Anyway, after the game I was in the restaurant, and at that time a member of the home team accompanied the officials, for hospitality. So it was Maurizio, the GM, as well as his normal delegate. And I've known Maurizio for a long time. We had a great relationship, respect. And he just said to me, he said, why did you do that? And I just said, because I've got very British principles about fair play, and we've got to do things the proper way. And I said, it was against the spirit of the game. It was against the integrity of the game, everything that we stand for, in standards of behaviour and so on. And I said, when you come to a basketball game, you have responsibilities and obligations, like I do as a referee. I come to the game and I know I have a job to do, and I have to do it to the best of my ability, and also to try and ensure that it's a fair and equitable game for both teams. And he said, I understand that. He said, yes. I said, it's about fair play. And I said, and I've lived by those, from early life, and I've always done it during. And he said to me, I really admired you for taking your stand, apart from the fact that we did lose the game. He said, but I really, now you've explained it to me. And then I told him the story about the Greeks. which he was even more flabbergasted, because we had a game in Saloniki. It was Aris, which one of the top teams at the time. Their club players had just won the European Championship, 1987. First time Greece won the European Championship, and they were playing Barcelona, who were a powerhouse team, and they were winning by 15 points with 3 minutes to go. And suddenly, everything went black, and everything but the kitchen sink was flying into the court. Lighters, coins, anything they can get hold of, and everybody just scattered. All the players scattered. The referees went to run that. So we met in the referees' room immediately after we'd cleared, and we had the two team managers, the home team and the visiting team, and I know Carlos. I knew both of them well, and then I had the head of security plus the head of the police. And I rang Mr. Stankovic in Munich, explained what happened, and he said, "You must finish the game." I thought, oh fuck, you've got to finish the game. I said, okay, fine, whatever you do, finish the game. So I told him, Mr. Stankovic says I have to finish the game. And the Spanish said, no, we're not going back in there, it's crazy. That's blah, 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 blah. And the Italian referee got 3 stitches in his head with like an onyx table lighter, hit him and split his head. And he's obviously feeling a bit woozy. And I said, right, Stefano, are you willing to go back on the court? I said, I'll do it myself if I have to. Yeah, fine. So I said to the head of police, how long will it take you to clear the stands? 40 minutes? Right, get it emptied. 7,000 fans out. And Carlos says, no, I'm not going back. I said, Carlos, Stankovic has said that it's got to be finished. And the fact that you're winning by 15 points can be changed to 2-0 because you refused to return to the court. There's not going to be any spectators. There's going to be the 2 teams, the table officials, about 10 journalists and photographers on the other side, and the 2 referees and the commissioner. Right. Okay. So from the moment it was stopped till it started was almost an hour. Went back on the court, still televised, and I've got it somewhere, I don't know what it is. And the first time in a European thing I could hear thump, 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 thump. It was like a graveyard. And the 3 minutes went past without any further score. That was it. And then the funniest part of the story was when I went to the airport after the game, the policeman in the booth, I gave him my passport. So he opened my passport and said, Richardson, were you the referee last night? And I said, yes. And he went, give me my passport. But that's the first time in my life I got angry as a referee. I felt like punching his fucking lights out through his glass case.